Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, my name is Precious. On this channel we give great insight on family, relationship and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of this, please press the subscribe button and also press the notification bell by the subscribe button so you'll be one of the first to get my videos as soon as I post them. And for my returning subscribers, you know I love you all. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up whenever you watch my videos and to drop your comment on the comment section. If you have subscribed to my channel, please let me know in the comment section that you subscribed to my channel. And in advance, welcome to the beautiful family. Thank you so much. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about in-laws. Have you had that issue? Does it ring a bell? Is it familiar? Does it sound familiar to you? Or is it something that you are currently experiencing? Is it something that you have experienced? Is it something that you've seen other people experience? In-law problem or problems with in-law has been for generation. Like it's just been there forever. Sometimes if you're unfortunate, your in-laws or your parents' in-laws are not alive or they pass on before you get married to your husband or your wife, you have brother-in-law, you have sister-in-law. In-laws are there. I am an in-law, you are an in-law, everybody's an in-law. So problems with in-law is one big problem that faces most relationships. So today I'm going to be talking about how to manage in-laws in marriage or in your relationship. How do you manage your in-laws? What are the things that you need to do to manage your in-laws? Let's not waste time. Let's get talking. So how do you manage your in-laws? What are the things that you need to do to be able to manage in-laws in your relationship? Number one is you have to be on the same page with your spouse. There's a reason why this one is number one on my list, because I find that most couples are not on the same page. And one thing about this issue is that when you're not on the same page with your spouse, you cannot hide it. It shows publicly. People see it. People just see that you're not communicating. So if, for example, you have something you want to go and tell your in-law and both of you are not on the same page, one person goes and talks and the other person goes and talks, you're just saying different things. And at the end of the day, if your in-law is a bad, quote and unquote, bad in-law, they take advantage. So when I'm talking about in-law, I'm talking about mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, anything in-law is what I'm talking about. So they take advantage that you are not on the same page with your spouse, you're not on the same page with your wife, you're not on the same page with your husband. Communicate. I don't know how I'm going to, it's like, let me tattoo communication on my face. Communication is so important. If you don't talk, there are some men that don't talk, which I think in their nature not to talk or not to speak in the house, but there are some issues that you need to talk about. There are some issues that you need to talk about. You can't just say, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. You need to talk. When it comes to marriage or relationship, you need to talk. So you have to be on the same page every time. If you're not on the same page in an issue or on an issue or whatever issue is, you don't say it publicly. Don't go and tell your in-laws if you're not on the same page. Don't tell anybody. Let it be inside the house until you agree what you're going to be saying. Whether you agree to agree or agree to disagree, you agree on something before your in-law is aware or before somebody else is aware. So you have to be on the same page. This is the one thing or the one way you can manage your in-laws, so that by the time your in-laws come or you have that visitation, that August visit by your mother-in-law. Come guys, have you actually noticed that father-in-laws don't give trouble? Why is it that it's only mother-in-laws that give trouble? Like, why is it that it's only mother-in-laws? Like father-in-laws or sister-in-laws are the ones that are always giving problem. For father-in-law, you see why I love men, and brother-in-laws, they don't give problem. This is the reason I love men. Anyway, let me go back to my conversation. So you have to be on the same page. That's number one thing that are the number one way you need to manage in-laws in your relationship. So another way you can manage in-laws in your relationship is set boundaries. So I think this is the first thing that couples should be doing as soon as they find out that they're going to be together or they're going to be getting married, is to start setting boundaries. This boundary is not just for your in-laws, it's for anybody. There are things that you don't want to involve a third person in your marriage or in your relationship. There are things that you don't want anybody to be aware of, or you don't want anybody to have a say in it. It has to be between you and your spouse. So any relationship that does not have boundary is called an open relationship. If your relationship does not have boundaries, there's no boundaries where somebody, a third party, this is your boundary, oh, don't pass here. This side is our own. This side is where you can talk and stop. Your relationship is called open relationship. But if you have boundaries, your in-laws, and these boundaries has to be agreed by both of you. So if you have boundaries, your in-laws would know what their boundaries are, and they are going to stop there. If your boundaries are set and one person is not in agreement with that boundary, your relationship is an open relationship. So you have to have boundaries set by both of you, agreed by both of you, so that when you start executing it, everybody is on the same plate. Nobody is saying something different. So the way you can manage your in-laws is to say, Mommy, Daddy, we love you, but we would like you to only come when you're invited, or only give your opinion when you've requested for your opinion. So however you want to set your boundaries is between family, is a unique thing. Set your boundaries the way you want to set it and the way it works for you. But at the end of the day, you have to set your boundaries. That is one way you can manage in-laws in your relationship. So another way you can manage in-laws in your relationship is embrace your new relationship. So this one is the one that there are some men that are married, but they are not married. I'm sorry to use men. There are also women that are married, but they are not married. There's a reason why the Bible says that a man should leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife. God is a very intelligent God, though. He knows that there is this problem will happen. You're married, and your parents, or for the men, your mom takes all the glory and all the honor in your marriage. Let me just put it that way. And it becomes, you basically start causing rivalry between your mom and your wife as a man. You are married. Concentrate on your relationship. The love you have for your mother, it should be different from the love you have for your wife. Stop causing this trouble. The men are causing this trouble, and I'm going to say it because it's getting me unhappy. Men are causing this trouble where they will love their mom to the point where their wife becomes jealous. You will ask, why is she jealous? When you're supposed to be doing something with your wife, and your mom, you just hear gaga from your mom, and you don't know what you're doing anymore. There's nothing wrong loving your mom. Like, every man or every woman should love their parents. But when you do it in such a way that is now affecting your relationship, then there's something wrong. And I don't think your parents will like the way you behave, or the way you show them love should affect your relationship. I don't think they will want that. So in as much as they won't want you to act in a way that it will affect your relationship, when you're married, ask God to give you the grace. Sometimes it's hard for some people to actually detach from their family a little bit and cleave to their wife or to their husbands. You need to ask God for the grace. But if you're that type that you're married, but you're still mommy's baby or daddy's boy, then know that mommy is part of your marriage, and know that daddy is part of that marriage. Mommy and daddy will always come and say what they want to say in the house. If you're that type that mommy comes to the house, you have to move from your bedroom so that mommy will sleep on the best bed in the house. It's love, but be careful the way you do this love, because love does not cause confusion. Love does not cause trouble. So any kind of love that you're loving and the love is causing problem in your house, check that love properly. whether it's love or it's not love. So please, what I'm saying in essence is that when you get married, mentally no, I'm not saying detach, but mentally switch to your family. You have a new family, switch to your family. You cannot be married and you are constantly with your parents. You cannot be married and you're constantly, it's like you're not married. Yes, you've moved, but you're not married. You're still, nothing has changed, basically. If you're one of them that say you're married and nothing has changed, check that nothing has changed properly, because something is supposed to change. When you're married, something is supposed to change. What is supposed to change is that you are leaving your mother and your father. You're going to start a new life. In fact, all this time that you have running back and forth to your parents' house or back and forth to your family house, use it building your family. Use it. From your mother-in-law, you come to my house, I will send you away. I will chase you. Go back and go and stay with your husband. Go back and go and stay with your wife. Spend time with your family. Spend time with your husband. That's the time you need to learn each other, know yourself, especially when you get married newly. It's hard for some people, I know, but please, this is why marriage is not easy. It's not easy, it's not easy. So this is the reason why as soon as you get married, even before you get married, you go through counseling. Counseling is going to help you. So please concentrate on your family, concentrate on your relationship, concentrate on your home, and leave your parents alone. Let them rest. You've been in the house for how many years? You've just only left for 1 year and you're going back and forth. Mommy, daddy. What is that? Tell me how you will go back and forth, and you will not tell your mommy and your daddy everything that's been happening in your house. So concentrate on your marriage and build your relationship. Embrace your new relationship. That's what marriage is all about. So that's one thing I think would help to manage in-laws in your marriage. Another thing that can help to manage in-laws in your marriage is, or in your relationship is, there are some people that as soon as they have shickum arguments with their spouses, they're on the phone. Hello, mommy, are you home? Can we talk? For goodness sake, people, it's not everything that happens in your home that you will go and tell your parents. There is a disadvantage, a very big disadvantage to people that every little thing that goes on in their home, they are telling their parents. The day you will settle that argument with your husband, your parents will not be there. The day you will settle that argument with your spouse, your parents will not be there to defend you. I'm one of those people that when I got married, I told myself, unless the matter is so big that I cannot handle it, that I would have to seek a third party or even tell my parents. My parents know this. I don't. If my husband wants to go and report, he should go and report too. But I will not report. And if you're going to go and report, when they will call me to ask me, I will talk. Oh. So it is better we settle our arguments inside the house here and it ends, because I know that when two people sit down and talk, most of the times they agree or they disagree to agree. At the end of the day, there is a resolution. Okay, it doesn't mean that there is always going to be an agreement. I believe that it's okay to disagree and to agree, but at the end of the day, you two have to talk. So please stop going to tell your parents when there's problem in the house, because one, as a woman, if you always go to tell your parents when there's problem between you and your husband, you're making your parents dislike your husband. The love your parents have for your husband will just start dwindling. Like, it will just be going down and down and down. And at the end of the day, you will just find out that your parents don't value your husband anymore. They don't respect your husband anymore, or they don't respect your spouse anymore. And you will be asking, what happened? You happened. You caused it. Okay? You caused it. So sit down and resolve issues in your home. So another way that we can manage in-laws in our relationship is, see your in-laws as Christ sees us. So I'm talking from a Christian point of view. See your in-laws the way Christ sees us. The fact that, for example, my mother-in-law does not really like me as much doesn't mean that I should poison my husband's heart for him not to relate with his mother again. The fact that your sister-in-law does not like you does not mean that you should cut off the relationship your husband has. You have to. It's hard. This thing I'm saying is not easy. But we have to, as much as possible, love unconditionally, because that's how God loves us. If you think that it's possible for you to cut off your mother-in-law or your father-in-law or your husband's siblings from him because they don't like you, you're wasting time, because blood is thicker than water. You can be temporary, he doesn't speak to them, but at some point he will go back to his family, because his family is his family, even as you are his family as well. So let us learn to see our parents in-law, our sisters in-law, our brothers in-law the way God sees us. Show love the way God has taught, Jesus has taught us to show love. If we have this at the back of our mind, no matter what our in-laws do to us, we will overlook it with the help of the Holy Spirit. Another way you can manage your in-laws in your relationship is, so there are some couples or there are some people that when they want to support their family, they do it secretly. And the worst of it is that their family know that they are doing it secretly. If you want to support your family, please, I would advise you to do it together as a family. So for example, if I want to help my family, if I want to support my family, I have to let Derrick know that this is what I want to do, and we both agree on doing it. If I'm sending stuff to my parents, if I'm sending stuff to my family without my husband knowing, and my family knows that my husband doesn't know, what am I trying to tell them? I'm trying to tell them that if I tell Derrick will not want me to do what I'm doing, or he will not be happy with it. So why not we stop this problem we are causing for ourselves? We need to collectively, we need to, as a family, help our in-laws. Don't do it secretly. There's nothing wrong for your wife or your husband or your spouse to question what you're doing. It's all part of it. So if you don't want anyone to question you, then that becomes a problem. So do things together, do things in agreement, give together, agree on what you're going to give and give together. So if you like this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and drop your comment on the comment section. If you have not subscribed, please press the subscribe button and press the notification bell. Thank you so much. Another way that we can manage in-laws in our relationship is only allow your in-laws to influence your marriage or your relationship if they are good. We know when in-law is not good. We know when we have a good in-law. We know when we don't have a good in-law. Seek advice from your in-laws. Don't be one of those that, no in-law in my marriage, no in-law in my relationship. It doesn't work like that. We all need each other, directly or indirectly. And you have to know what level to seek advice. It doesn't necessarily have to be everything that you want to share if it's something that is very private and personal. But if you have an in-law that can help you, go and get help. Forget about all this pride and all these things. Go and get help, especially if the in-law has a good influence or is a good person. Go and get help. Another way to manage in-laws in a relationship is don't live on assumption. So this one is mostly for people that are insecure in themselves. Like they go into marriage already insecure, and all they do is just read body language. Their mother-in-law comes to the house or visits them, and for example is eating food and say, oh please, can I have some more salt? That's, can I have salt to put in my food? They will read it as, I don't know how to cook, the food is bad. This, they will read meaning to that. Just, can I have a little bit of salt? You don't know if your mother-in-law is the type that likes a lot of salt or not. You just read meaning. So we need to stop reading unnecessary meaning, because sometimes the problems that people have with their in-laws is not because they have any issues or they've directly had issues. It's just by reading, assuming things and reading body language that does not mean anything. This one is a very big one, because it has caused a lot of trouble. It has caused unnecessary conflict between marriages and their in-laws or their families. There is no need for this thing. Whatever your in-law did not say, you did not hear. You gave her a present and she said, oh, this present is yellow. Hey, I really like pink. She did not say she does not like yellow. She only said that she loves pink as well. So we need to stop all this unnecessary assumption, reading body language, making right, as in having things that in our head somebody did not say, but we already assume the person said it, because it causes a lot of problems. For women especially, it causes a lot of problems. There's no need for this problem we are giving ourselves. We have so many things that that is bothering us. Let us stop adding these assuming things. Go and take care of insecurity that is worrying you. Because when people start assuming things, do you know there are some people that their sense of humor is zero? Like, there are people personally that I've met that you just joke with them. That joke, you will regret ever joking with them. They don't have sense of humor. They don't even know what sense of humor is. So everything offends them, everything irritates them, everything is just, they are reading meaning to it. Stop assuming things that somebody has not said. Like I said, if they have not said it, they have not said it. If it's in their mind, let it be in their mind. Don't read their mind for them. Leave it in their mind. Another way we can manage in-laws in our relationship is see your in-laws as your parents. See your in-laws as your brothers. See your in-laws as your sisters. One of the things that when I got married, one of the things that my father-in-law said to me, that I'm his daughter. He just said it to me that now that I'm getting married to Derrick, automatically I'm his daughter. And the same thing my father said when my husband came and said, you're now my son. So anything I cannot do for my daughter, I can't do it to you. Anything I'm going to do for my daughter, I'm going to do it for you. That is, and they both said it, and it was just amazing that they both said it. Do you know that when I was growing up, there are some girls, I don't know if any of you have heard about this thing I'm going to say, please confirm it on the comment section, put it on the comment section. There are some girls that when they are praying for marriage, they are praying that, Father, if my in-law is going to give me problem, please, before I go, let my in-law die. I'm not saying what somebody told me. I'm saying prayers that I heard. Some girls actually pray for their in-laws to die before they get married. May God have mercy on us. I know that some in-laws can be challenging, but has it gotten to the point where you will pray for somebody to die before you actually get married? Do you know that at some point you're going to be an in-law yourself? Or you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to be this kind of in-law. I'm going to be a good in-law. I'm going to look after my son-in-law or my daughter-in-law. What if that your daughter-in-law is the problem? You're not the problem. So whatever prayer or whatever thing was, let's know that what goes around comes around. People make these nonsense prayers. Prayers that I don't know who. Thank God for God, because God is a God that you cannot come and tell him whatever you like. I just thank God for that, because the kind of prayers, the way people have been sending God on message to assassinate people, the way people have been hiring God as their hired assassins to kill people, that's what I don't understand. Girls, babes should be praying, God, let my in-law die before I go there. If my in-law is going to give me trouble, let my in-law die before I go there. If somebody is saying that prayer for you, you will not like it. Let's not treat one side differently to the other side. At the end of the day, you've moved from this family to this family, so you're more of this family than this family. So treat them equally, love them. And for in-laws as well, can I just say, if you're an in-law and you're not treating your daughter-in-law right, or you're not treating your son-in-law right, I encourage you to change. God has brought that girl for a reason. So allow that girl to look after your son. You've done all you need to do as a mom from when you had that boy to the boy becoming a man. Now God has brought this girl to look after and to continue from where you've stopped. Let her do her job and let him do his job. You cannot continue to be a mom babysitting till this person is a grown man. So give a little bit of space and see your son flourish. Give a little bit of space and see your daughter flourish. Allow them to demonstrate the things you've instilled on them. Allow them to show you how well you have trained them in marriage. Give them space. Let them show you that they are doing well. Because if your child keeps coming back to you every time they are coming back to you, every time there is a problem, you probably haven't done a good job. So you need to step out and watch your son be a good husband, and watch your daughter be a good wife, and help when you need to help. Give them space. Thank you so much. I know you listen, so thank you so much. So thank you so much for watching this video. If there's any other thing that you can add, please put it down in the comment section. I would really appreciate. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and like I said, drop your comment on the comment section. If you have not subscribed up till now, hey, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please press the red subscribe button and also press the bell by the subscribe button, so you'll be one of the first to get my videos as soon as I post it, and so that you love this family, don't you? So you'll be able to join this beautiful family. So thank you so much. Be grateful, be positive, and most importantly, be yourself.